Hi guys, this is Svein on the SRS channel back again, and today we're gonna have a look at the 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe Hordak figure by Mondo. And as you can see, here's the box. The box has a slip cover with a picture of the Snake Mountain on the front there. Graphics carrying around the sides over to the back, where you can see the snake and the bridge there. And yeah, that's it for the slip cover. As for the box itself, it has this red image of Hordak on the front there, with the Masters of the Universe logo and the name on the front there. On the side it just said 1/6 scale collectible figure. On the back you have a colored version of the artwork that was on the front of the box. Really nicely detailed artwork, beautifully done. And on the other side it says 1/6 scale collectible figure. On the top you have the Masters of the Universe logo, and on the bottom you got some warnings and stuff. And as always with these boxes, you have this beautiful window display where you can see the figure and all the accessories through the window there. And there's a little piece of reading. If you want to see that, you can just pause the video and you can read it on your own time. And yeah, you also have this Castle Grayskull logo on the inside there of the box. Again, on the side, 1/6 scale collectible figure. And yeah, it's just a magnetic flap. And that's just about it for the box. Let's open it up and have a look at the contents. Inside the box you find the clamshell with the figure, and there is also this backdrop piece here, and under the clamshell you find the base piece for the stand. And there's also this plastic bag with the cape in it, taped to the back of the box there. Let's see if I can move it without tearing up this backdrop piece. And yeah, it's like this red effect that fades out to black, like an explosion effect, if you want to use that as a backdrop for your figure or photos. And yeah, we can start off with the bag with this cape in it. And cape is a nice red piece of fabric with these metal rings here, so you can attach it to the figure. It got this smooth finish on the inside here and a little bit rough texture on the outside, almost like the Batman cape, the bat looking shape to the bottom of the cape. And I don't feel any wire in it, but it feels like there's something heavy inside the tips here to weigh the cape down, or at least on this one. Maybe it's just a stitch work, I don't know. But yeah, you get this cape. Really nice. And let's take up off the upper piece and go through the accessories first, as usual. That was quite a fight. So, in the bottom tray, we have, just to get it out of the way, you got the pole for his stand. And it's just not a crotch grabber, but more like a crotch rester on it. This piece extends to support the figure, and like with all the other Mondo Masters of the Universe figures, it's the same stand, plain smooth on the top. Got this nice deco stuff on the bottom here though. It's a shame they didn't put it on the top once again, but yeah, it's the bottom of the stand, like so. And you just take the pole piece here and push it in, and it ain't going anywhere. It needed quite some effort to get in there too. And yeah, that's the stand. You also get this cool crossbow thing with the bat on the front there. If I can focus. It's white and kind of off-white with some red and silver and both light and dark gray details on it. Got the trigger black, and yeah, it's nicely sculpted and painted, and it has this almost like a marble effect on it. Really nicely done. The string is a real elastic, but there's no real function in it. Nothing that moves that I can see here. But yeah, you got that red tongue in the middle of the mouth there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the crossbow piece. You also get this staff. It comes in 2 pieces. And the peg is key-shaped. The hole is key-shaped. And you just attach it like that. And there you have the pole. Let's have a close look here at the details. You got the face of Hordak here on the front. This is the Horde emblem with the bat wings and Hordak's face. You got some details here. Looks like some sort of writing. And mostly red and gray. Various shades there. With the ring on top here with the spikes around it. It's the same on both sides. And then you got this kind of mallet thing on the staff here. Really nicely detailed and washed. Got the handle there. Really nice details. As well as the rest of the staff there with all the cracks and whatnot. And you got the pommel bit at the end there, really nicely done. And yeah, this is a pretty long thing. It's about a little bit taller than the figure itself. So it's a nice piece. And that was it for the bottom tray. So now we can focus on the part with the figure. That was a bit easier to take off. You get a bunch of hands here. You get the right and left staff holding hand. All hands have their own individual pegs. And taking a look at this one here, the hands are gloved. They are black with some silver stripes there. It's a ratcheted wrist peg, really nicely done. You get your up and down and side to side movements depending on how you orient that peg. So you get left and right staff holding hands. And you also get a left and right trigger hand, painted the same way, and also have its own wrist peg there, nicely painted. And you get this posing hand, grasping hand, whatever you want to call them, done the same way. Really nicely done. You can probably use it to support the crossbow if you're using that for your display. The figure itself is covered in various pieces of plastic to protect it. And feet here are covered. Both hands, or arms rather, are covered with a plastic bag and this piece of cardboard to protect the fins on the gauntlets. And yeah, that's all the protection the figure has here. And let me straighten him up a little bit. Yeah, you have this foam piece to protect the head scope too, I see. So, let me get this crap out of the way. So, here we have Hordak himself. It's a really nicely done head sculpt. Love the paintwork on it. Got the mohawk going on the top of the head there. Got the bat-like ears, bat-like face. Nice color piece there. So, and as usual with most of my 1/6 scale figures, I can't demonstrate the articulation too much, but I'm gonna try to point out as many things as I possibly can. The upper armor here is hard plastic, so it limits the articulation. You don't have much in the upper body. I know He-Man had upper torso joint here. That will be useless on this body. There is a waist swivel. Arms can go 360, and I can tell there is a joint here to move the arms in and out. Oh damn, it's stiff. But yeah, you can move the arms in and out. You get that much bend. There is a bicep swivel. Oh, I'm scared I'm gonna break him. Due to the sculpt and the armor, that's pretty much how far down you're gonna get the arms. If I can stop knocking on the shelf with his legs there. It comes with closed fists, and this piece, skirt piece here, is hard plastic too, so there's not much back and forth beyond this. About this much out. There's a double jointed knee, giving you about this much. Probably, you know, you can. That's the extent of the bend in the knee there. And there's some swivel at the knee, there's some swivel at the thigh. Legs or feet can move this much down, this much up. And there's a pivot. And that's pretty much it for the articulation. And yeah, you get this bone themed armor. You see around the edges here, like bones. You got some red gemstone there. You got the Horde symbol on his chest, as well as on his bicep there. He has these gauntlets with some techie stuff there on both arms. Got the fins there. Got some red details and a few spikes here and there. It's nicely detailed. It's just a real lack of articulation on him due to the armor stuff. Got the boots there with the same bone theme. Some spikes, bat wing stuff here. Got his claws on the toes there. And yeah. So really nicely detailed. Let me put him on the stand and add the cape and see what I can do here, and I'll be right back. And here is Hordak as he probably will be going on display in my cabinet. And yeah, I put staff holding hand and one of those open grasp hands on him, and the cape. Gonna do a quick turnaround here. If the camera is in focus. And the cape probably could have needed some doing to make it not be folded and creased up as much as it is straight out of the box, but for the purpose of this review it will be good enough. And yeah, it's an awesome looking figure. Let's move the camera a little bit closer here. As you can see, the rings of the cape goes over those spikes. You can see on his colors there, and there's a beautiful tight fit, as you can see on the back there. And yeah, head sculpt, it sits a little loose on the ball peg there, but it's not. It keeps the pose you put it in, but it's like super easy to move it around. But it will keep the pose you put it in. And yeah. What should I say? It's not many poses that you can put this thing in, to be honest. Limited articulation in just about the entire figure, with the exception of the knees. They work perfectly fine. Other than that, you don't have any chest articulation. You have the waist swivel. It's not much you can do with the hips. I could barely put I had to move the arm or hand pretty far up the staff off the actual handle to be for the staff to be able to touch the ground there. I just wanted it to rest on the ground because it To me, it looks kind of tiresome if a character keeps holding a heavy object up off the ground for too long. So I figured I'd let it rest there on the ground against his toes there. But other than that, the figure is actually pretty awesome. I love it. I love having this character, and I can't wait to put it on my shelf. Let me get a few of the other Masters of the Universe figures from Mondo, and we do a comparison. So here they are. I could barely get these guys in frame. And yeah, these are all the Mondo 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe figures I've gotten so far. Wish I had Scare Glow. I'm gonna skip on Faker. And I hope there's more figures in this line coming soon. I've heard there's supposed to be coming a She-Ra figure and possibly a Battle Cat for He-Man. She-Ra I will probably skip on, but I'm definitely getting that Battle Cat. It looks massive. And yeah, as you can see, all the previous figures, Merman, He-Man, Man-at-Arms and Skeletor, all of them are at just about the same height. Hordak, on the other hand, he seems slightly taller than everybody else by about almost an inch or so. Looking at it, eyeballing the measurement there. Let's see if I push Hordak in line with all the others. You can tell he moved. So yeah, he's slightly bigger than all the others. And yeah, these look awesome together. I really love the reimagination of these classic Masters of the Universe characters. I love how they stood true to the key elements of the characters while modernizing the details and some part of the stuff just enough to make it differ from the original classic Masters of the Universe figures that we used to have in the 80s and 90s and so on. Really beautifully done. And yeah, that's a He-Man's sword reaching far up under the shelf there. But yeah, this looks awesome. And yeah, also forgot to mention the trigger hand. The crossbow fits really nicely in the trigger hand. You can get the finger on the trigger there if you want to. And yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my review on the Mondo 1/6 scale Masters of the Universe Hordak figure. And again, it's not the best of the bunch due to the lack of articulation and stuff like that. but it's still a beautiful figure, nicely detailed, nicely painted, and it looked awesome on the shelf as well. As you can see, this is what you get with the figure, everything included. This is the regular version. If you bought the special edition version, I think it was called, you get some extra accessory, a cannon accessory for the arm, as well as a couple of attachment pieces for it. I just got the regular version because I only need this right there for my display anyway. Everything else goes straight in the packaging and up in storage. So yeah, that was it. If you like my review, please give it a thumb up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go nuts in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.